It's a scene you've probably witnessed 100 times. Your goofy, lovable dog, tail wagging like a metronome, pounces on their favorite squeaky toy. The sound is familiar, almost comical. A high-pitched squeak fills the air with every bite. It's pure, innocent fun, right? A harmless way for your furry family member to burn off some energy. But have you ever watched closely? Really watched? Have you ever noticed the moment when the game changes? The tail might still be wagging, but the playful bouncing stops. The grip on the toy tightens. The soft, playful mouthing turns into a frantic, powerful chomping. And then comes the shake, that violent, side-to-side thrashing, where the world seems to disappear for your dog. In that moment, your sweet, cuddly companion isn't just playing. They've traveled back in time, thousands of years in an instant. An ancient, hardwired program has taken over. A primal kill switch has been flipped deep inside their brain, and that innocent-looking toy in their mouth has become something else entirely. To understand what's really happening, we need to look past the domesticated friend sleeping at the foot of your bed and acknowledge the apex predator that still lives within them. Now, if you're a cat owner, this idea of a hidden predator might sound familiar. You see it when your cat's pupils dilate as it watches a bird outside the window, or when it chatters its teeth in a strange, hypnotic way. You understand that your sophisticated feline is still wired with the instincts of a hunter. What many dog owners don't realize is that their dogs are governed by the exact same primal programming. It just manifests in a different and sometimes more dramatic way. This programming is called the predatory sequence. For wolves, and by extension, our dogs, hunting isn't a single action. It's a chain of specific, reflexive behaviors. It usually goes like this: search, stalk, chase, grab, and finally, kill. When your dog plays with a toy, they are not just playing, they are rehearsing. They are running a simulation of this exact predatory sequence, satisfying a deep, instinctual need that has been passed down for over 15,000 years. And the key that unlocks this entire sequence, the trigger that launches the whole ancient drama, it's that squeak. That silly, high-pitched sound is not random. Toy manufacturers are brilliant, and they designed it to mimic the sound of a small animal in distress. To your dog's ears, that squeak is a signal. It's the sound of frightened, or more importantly, injured prey. An easy target. It's an almost irresistible neurological trigger that says, the hunt is on. This is why some dogs who are completely uninterested in a silent toy will go absolutely wild for a squeaky one. The sound flips that switch, activating the grab and kill portion of their internal programming. Once the switch is flipped and the toy is in their mouth, the next phase of the sequence begins, and it's often the most startling for owners to witness: the kill shake. This is not a game of tug-of-war. Your dog isn't just playing rough. That violent, head-snapping motion is a highly specialized technique. It's a muscle memory reflex designed to do one thing with brutal efficiency: snap the spine of a small animal. By thrashing the prey, or in this case, the toy, back and forth, the predator uses speed and G-force to cause a fatal injury, ensuring the hunt is over quickly and with minimal risk to itself. It is a raw, powerful display of their genetic inheritance. Your dog isn't being aggressive or malicious when it does this. It is simply answering a call from its most ancient self. It is locked in, focused, and performing a behavior that its ancestors perfected over countless generations in the wild. The intensity in their eyes, the sheer power in their neck and jaw muscles, it's all part of this deeply ingrained simulation. But the simulation doesn't end with the shake. In fact, what comes next is often the messiest part, and it reveals an even deeper, more visceral part of the predatory sequence. The part where the hunt ends and the feast begins. Many owners mistake this next step for simple, destructive behavior. They see the ripped seams and the clouds of white stuffing strewn across the living room floor, and they sigh, thinking, he's just destroying his things again. But this is not destruction. This is deconstruction. It's the final, crucial act of the predatory sequence: the dissection and consumption of the kill. Your dog is meticulously pulling the fur off its prey, tearing through the hide to get to the innards within. It's a messy, visceral, and deeply satisfying part of the simulation. But here's where it gets truly strange. Here's where the story takes a turn that almost no one sees coming. Have you ever noticed that most dogs don't actually eat the stuffing? They pull it all out, piece by piece, and then they just leave it. Why? If this is a simulation of eating, why do they discard the prize? What is the biological purpose of this seemingly pointless act of gutting? The answer is a shocking window into the dual nature of your dog's mind. Because this act of tearing something apart isn't just about the hunt. It is connected to one of the most gentle and nurturing instincts a canine can have: raising a family. You see, when wolf pups are too young to hunt, the adults go out, make a kill, and consume it. But they don't bring the carcass back. Instead, they return to the den and regurgitate the pre-digested, softened meat for the pups to eat. It is an act of provision, of nurturing. The act of pulling the stuffing out of a toy is a bizarre, domesticated echo of that exact behavior. Your dog is performing the kill, but then, in a stunning psychological pivot, it switches scripts. It is now the provider, regurgitating the insides of the prey to feed its phantom pack. So when your dog proudly brings you a piece of fluff, or nudges the disemboweled toy towards you, they aren't just showing you their mess. They are potentially offering to share their kill with you, their family. It's a moment of profound social connection, twisted through the strange lens of ancient instinct and modern polyester. The predator and the parent, all in one confusing, fluff-filled moment. But there is one more piece to this puzzle, one final, obsessive target in this whole drama: the squeaker. For many dogs, the stuffing is just an obstacle. The true prize, the ultimate goal of the entire hunt, is that little plastic heart that squeals. Why are they so obsessed with finding it, removing it, and silencing it forever? The obvious answer is that they want to stop the distress sound. They want to kill the squeak. But the drive is often deeper and more ritualistic than that. In the wild, the organs, especially the heart and lungs, are often the most prized parts of a kill. They are nutrient-rich and consumed first. That plastic squeaker represents the life force of the toy. By surgically extracting it, your dog is performing the canine equivalent of a hunter claiming a trophy. It is the final confirmation that the hunt was successful. The spirit of the prey has been captured. This is why they can lose all interest in the toy's fluffy carcass once the squeaker has been removed. The mission is complete. The simulation is over. The essence of the prey has been secured. Think about what happens next. We, the human pack members, come along. We see the kill site, the dismembered toy, the scattered guts, the claimed organ. And what do? We gather up the evidence and throw it in the trash. In the dog's world, this is a fascinating social interaction. Is our cleaning up an act of dominance? Are we, as the alpha of the pack, claiming their kill for ourselves? Or do they see it as just part of the game? A reset? Allowing the hunt to happen all over again with a new toy tomorrow? The psychology is complex, and it reveals that our homes are not just homes. They are a stage where ancient dramas of life, death, and family are performed daily with plastic and plush props. But this predatory sequence doesn't only apply to toys. It bleeds into other, even more common behaviors. Behaviors we see every single day and completely misunderstand. For instance, have you ever wondered what's really going on when your dog gets the zoomies? We see it as pure, chaotic joy. But what if it's not joy at all? What if you're witnessing the ghost of a failed hunt? This manic, explosive energy release isn't simply happiness. It is the physical exorcism of a predator's most powerful impulse: the chase. Think of it as a phantom limb of the hunt. Your dog's body is hardwired for the explosive pursuit, the stalk, the chase, and the capture. But in our safe, comfortable world, that sequence is almost never completed. The energy is summoned, the adrenaline floods their system, but there is no prey to run down. So, it erupts. The zoomies are the hunt turned inward, a ghost chase with no target, a physical scream of instinct that has no outlet. It's a cathartic, chaotic, and beautiful expression of the wild engine still roaring inside our domestic companions. So where does this leave us? We've seen the kill bite in the shaking of a toy, the nurturing provider in the disemboweling of its fluff, the trophy hunter in the capture of the squeaker, and the phantom chase in a frantic living room sprint. It becomes clear that our homes are not what they seem. They are a stage, and our dogs are the lead actors in a grand, ancient drama they can't quite remember the script to. The sofa is a cliffside den, the hallway a forest trail, the squeaky hedgehog is the elusive prey, and we are their pack, their family, their strange, furless companions who inexplicably throw the kill away, only to provide a new one the next day. Understanding this doesn't make them less our companions. It makes them infinitely more profound. To love a dog is to live with a beautiful contradiction. It is to cuddle a predator, to play fetch with a hunter, and to share your heart with a creature who carries 1,000,000 years of wilderness in its DNA. They are not broken wolves. They are something else entirely. A bridge between two worlds, the wild and the tame, instinct and affection. And in their eyes, we see the reflection of a bond that defies simple explanation. A love that is its own kind of wild. The story of your dog is the greatest story ever told. And we've only just begun to read the first chapter. To continue the journey and unlock the secrets hiding in plain sight, subscribe to Canise.